Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now tuned in for a Sunday early evening IDP SuperFlex draft. Now, some of you may not know what IDP is. Most of you probably do. I'm not in this league. I have a strict limit of being in 7 leagues per year. I have surpassed that so much that I have couch captains and people in the couch fam managing teams for me. Shh, don't tell them I'm doing this. And I don't need people asking how many leagues are you in this year. I haven't counted yet. I'm going too fast. I'm live streaming too much. I'm doing a lot of things. I don't even know how many leagues I'm in. But who cares, right? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. All right, we're going to do this. All right, so 30-round IDP draft. This is a real draft. This is a money league. I've teamed up with the IDP guys. We got Zach in here. We got Joey the Tooth in here from the IDP guys. And we have 10 Couch fam members. Chris Small's in the building, moderator. He's helping commish this league. I'm just here to commentate, to learn a little bit more. And you know what's cool? We're going to be in here, and I'll be able to chop it up with you guys. I'm not drafting. I am not drafting. Now, Zach was supposed to be on here live with me, but he made a rookie mistake, got the time zones or something like that mixed up. He thinks people go off Central Time, but they don't. We always go off Eastern Time. I live in California, so, but sports goes off Eastern Time. Just letting you guys know. So, all right, guys, this is going smoothly. Okay, Chris, go ahead and start the draft soon here. Let's give it about 30 seconds, and then we'll start the draft back up. So hopefully we can patch him in. If not, it's all good. You're awesome, Couch. Thank you. Yes, I muted myself. His email was very embarrassing as well, so that's good. I muted it. Yeah, I'm smart. That's why. Not smart enough to have solved this before, but hey, we did it. All right. So, in 30 seconds, Chris, just start the draft so we don't keep these guys waiting. Hopefully we'll get Zach on. We're trying a different video chat. Hey, we got him. Okay. We're going to patch him in. You can hear me? I'm smart, huh? I mean, this is where I excel, bro. This is these little technical details that gets other people annoyed. This is where I'm smart at. I can't remember anyone's name or remember anyone's face though. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Okay, look at this guy. All right, now that looks bad, but we're gonna fix that. Yeah, that was just like in case. No, we're good. No, you're on. We're live right now, and you're up. You're on deck right now. Yeah, you're at a disadvantage for sure. Couch fams, we do 10-second mock, so we're used to it. QB1. Ugh. QB1. They don't throw enough, though. Let's see, where's a good spot to put us? I am. It's not as bad, though. Yeah. I'm an audio engineer. So there's this guy recording in my studio, and he was a smoker, and I could hear his teeth rattling. Still haunts me till this day. Yeah, I have OCD too. So you got to use your strengths. You got to find your strength. You know, you got to make weaknesses strengths. And it's like, oh, I can be good at, videos and stuff. And look, I got a YouTube channel. Okay, you're on the clock, Zach. I'm going to sum up what's going on here. All right, guys, we're doing a 30-round IDP draft. This is a money league. It's more of an introductory for people that aren't so used to IDP. Got about 10 Couch Fam members in here. 2 people from the IDP guys. That's Zach, who you see on the call here that I was able to patch in. And we got Joey the Tooth. Where's he drafting? Where's Joe? Oh, just first overall. Okay, so it's SuperFlex. It's 30 rounds. This is a big play scoring, right? Setting. Yeah, in general. Okay, so Joey the Tooth went C-Mac overall. No surprise there. First quarterback off the board, went 4th overall. And then I would say I don't know. I think I would have went, I think Dalvin Cook definitely was a mistake. I would have went with Lamar Jackson at 5 or 6. But Team 7 got Lamar Jackson fell that late into his lap. That's just amazing. And then Russell Wilson. You went with Russell Wilson. Explain yourself here.
I think Russell Wilson's been dropping little hints this year that he's going to get a little bit more freedom. I think if that's the truth, then we'll see Russell Wilson be able to do what he does best and, make plays. And with I think DK is going to take a nice little leap this year as well. So I think we're gonna see Seattle have a little bit more of a passing threat for this season, and I think that puts Russell's value up just a little bit more. And I don't quite trust Kyler Murray enough yet to take him above Russell Wilson.
Here's the thing, though. I think that you're kind of going on a gut feeling here. You still ended up Miles Sanders. The thing is, I think you could have got a good quarterback in round 2. Now, we didn't. Oh, yeah. Now, this is in hindsight, of course, you see no quarterbacks going, right, at those 8 picks after you.
Yeah.
But yeah. I really think there's not a huge difference between Russell, Kyler, and Dak enough for me to take him that early. I mean, I'm pretty shocked that you went with him. Just, sure. I mean, I just did a video saying, like, hey, Russell Wilson fans would like to see him throw more and let him loose, and, that would be cool. And, you kind of agree with that, but it's like, man, you really could have waited till round 2 and still got a top 5 quarterback. But I don't know. I feel like you're saying you think he's going to be the best quarterback, but deep down he's not.
With Lamar Jackson being, he's a running back who throws the ball. I mean, that's how I look at Lamar. I mean, he's obviously a really good quarterback, but he can get you those running back points as well. And just, I don't know. That's how I guess with Russell, he's good with scrambling too. He gets you those scramble points. Like you're saying, I definitely could have waited. But this is also like my 20th draft this year. Just leagues, so I try to switch things up every now and then. So I mean,
how many shares do you have in Russell?
Of Russell?
Yeah.
I think I have him in 2 or 3 leagues.
Okay, that makes more sense from what you just said.
I haven't been able to grab him too many times, so if I have a chance to get Russell, I like to get him.
Yeah. So I mean, in hindsight, you're like, okay, I could have got him round 2, but also in hindsight, you're very happy with Sanders as well as your RB1.
Oh yeah.
I mean, overall, like who went before him? I got 2.
Yeah, Derek.
He didn't fall too
much.
No. All you need is like one guy to pick Adams or something, and you'll be able to get Sanders that late.
Yeah, usually with SuperFlex, I usually try to get my at least my QB1 early, and then my running. I usually go like RB QB or RB QB RB. It just kind of depends. of how I'm feeling that day, honestly, and then who's on the board. So
Yeah. All right, you win a free you win a couch T-shirt if you guess when the first IDP player is going off the board, the first defensive player.
I would have. I mean, I'm
Exact pick.
Exact pick.
You can win. You can rig it too here. You know that, right?
Yeah, but
I know you. You wouldn't do it.
I'm not going to be the first. I'm not going to be the first guy to do that. I want to see how
Of
the
course,
newbies go.
you want a good team. All right, just give me a guess. Come on, you have nothing to lose. Just a guess. Come on.
I'm going to throw
Quick
out
guess.
let's say the 6-1. I think Christopher would do it.
6.1. First pick of round 6. Okay.
Oh, look, I'm on the clock.
Oh, yeah, you got 50 seconds. That's an eternity.
Ooh.
Zach number 2 asks, do you think Kyler Murray is going to be a breakout star? I personally do. Yeah, I think he's my third ranked quarterback. I think upside is through the roof. There's a lot of risk there, especially this year. He didn't really get to practice with his teammates. But yeah, you're running that type of offense. Probably run the most plays in the entire league. Could throw the ball or run the most pass plays as well. And when he doesn't throw it, that's great on a pass play too, because he'll run and he's pretty smart. He doesn't want to take a big hit. So yeah, I think he's one of the next stars in the NFL. But Burrow could be one of the next stars too. Probably not this year though.
I think he'll take Burrow. I think he's gonna this year. I think he's gonna have a good rookie season, but I think we're gonna really see him take a step next season.
Yeah, same here. There's really been no good rookie quarterbacks because Deshaun Watson was probably close to saying that, but I think he tore his ACL in practice.
Yeah, I think that rookie season he was hurt.
Yeah.
So we saw Matt Schaub they had for that year.
Was it still Matt Schaub on the Texans? I don't even remember.
That or
it's like ancient history. So much has happened this year, honestly, that everything in 2018 really seems so
far away.
Wow. Yeah, it's like, oh, that era.
The only other person I think it could have been was Brock Osweiler.
I could have. No, I don't. No, it was. I mean, he didn't start. It was Man, it was some garbage dude. And I remember Hopkins even came and said, like, this is our quarterback. It was some really garbage dude. Like a Simeon type, but not Simeon.
I got you.
Like Savage. Tom Savage.
That's
right. Last name starts with an S. No pizzazz, no spice. Very vanilla. Okay, so we got a little bit of a quarterbacks. So now the first tier and then the second tier of quarterbacks are drying up right now. Top 2 tight ends went. Look at this. I love Chris's pick right here. Travis Kelce at 4.1. That's incredible. George Kittle went 3.11. Oh my God. Zach is on the board. He's used to a 10-minute timer, so I'm giving him some heads up just so he looks good on camera.
Oh, I'm here.
30 seconds. I am not in this draft. I said right in the beginning. So I'm in so many leagues. People ask me how many leagues are you in, and I have a strict a hard cap at 7 leagues per year. This year I completely destroyed that. I don't know how many leagues I'm in. I actually have people managing my team secretly for me. Shh, don't tell anybody. Nobody knows. And it's good. It's awesome. Even
everything is awesome.
Let me tell you these 2 offers. How could you say no to this? So a fan on Snapchat hit me up, and everyone wants me to be in their league or wants to be in my league, blah blah blah. But this is how he took his shot at. He's like, this is how he hit his chance. He said, look, it's $10 buy-in. Sorry, no, $100 buy-in, 10 team. You want to be in the league? And I gave him the, the typical, like, oh, Dad, thank you so much, but, and he's like, I got your buy-in. And I was like, all right. And so I got someone from the Couch Fam. We tag teamed it, and we drafted together. And so how could you say no to that? $1,000?
Right.
We did
That's
great.
pretty nice. I like that.
We did great. And then another one is a draft with NBA players: Gilbert Arenas, Udonis Haslam, just a bunch of names. And I'm like, man, I can't say no to being
In a
a
league with
draft.
them.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
But they're all. Well, I mean, I think Haslam's playing. He's in the bubble right now, so it's so hard to organize it.
Is he still in Miami?
I don't know. I was a huge NBA fan. I had the NBA League Pass, and then once the brand, I got serious with the brand. I completely punted every other sport, and I just don't even watch NBA at all, just to focus.
Oh
If I
yeah.
wasn't doing this, I love basketball. I know we should talk about the draft. So you got Rassel, Miles Sanders, Jonathan Taylor, Todd Gurley. Very nice attacking the running back with a lot of depth.
Figured I needed to after taking Taylor just in case. I was lucky that Gurley, they were thinking I think 20 to 25 carries for him every game I read.
Just
So that gives me some.
15 to 25 touches.
Yeah. Okay. That's what it was.
Yeah,
That's what
which
it
is
was.
great because it's hoping that it's quality touches on a
Right.
good offense. Now I love Gurley. I also love David Johnson now, and I used to hate him, but he's growing on me and he's climbing up my rankings.
He's gonna have to be a workhorse in Houston. That's for sure.
Yeah, and he's been a disappointment just about every year, and he's been hurt. But I'm like, look, man, he's looking good. Like you said, he's gonna be a workhorse. They traded for him, and the injuries were a high ankle sprain, broken wrist. Like to me, it's not screaming like, oh, like this guy's knees has been destroyed ever since high school and college. Like it's just not the same type of thing. Or like Tony Romo lingering back injuries. Like just doesn't
Right.
scream the same thing. It's not a knee, it's not a back, it's not like a neck or something crazy like that. So I think he could be a complete steal. It's hard to find a workhorse. The only other real workhorse is David Montgomery, but we've seen the Bears sometimes, and
Yeah. The Bears. Yeah.
they didn't even do anything about their O line. So we're
Gosh,
we're
man.
really just hoping the quarterback helps out David, and then David Montgomery gets hurt. So
Yeah, with the groin injury.
yeah, I got him in one league, and I was very relieved that it's a minor groin strain. I just hope they rest him another 2 weeks, please, so he doesn't re-aggravate it.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Please.
at this point, there's no reason to force these guys on the field. You know. I mean, it's good to give them their reps, but if they're hurt, let them take their time and don't rush that.
Zach, you're on deck, and I see a sexy pick for you here if he falls. You know who the sexy pick is or no?
Mark Andrews.
Oh, yeah. There's only 3 gold-colored players on the grid. Kittle, Kelsey, and Ertz. These guys like drafting the wrong tight end early. I love it.
I actually, I mean, Kittle and Kelsey are obviously, higher chances it ending up as tight end number one. But if Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews continue, look, he fell to me. If
Oh, no. He took 1 second, guys. He knew it. How could you resist that right there? How could you?
I mean, with that chemistry him and Jackson have, like Jackson just loves to dump it off to him, and that could definitely push Mark Andrews up into that category with Kelsey and Kittle.
Yeah, dude, that's. Do you know he's got type 1 diabetes?
Mark Andrews,
Yeah.
I remember reading about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're actually worried about him playing this year. Even then, he said, "No, I'm playing."
No,
So
I'm good. So, yeah, we're in this thing called the Throne League where we draft as a community, so the followers vote on who to draft. It's a crazy process. We drafted Mark Andrews, and then somebody read that and posted it, and it was like, yeah, so he's got to jog off the field after every possession change and get his finger pricked. He's got to take off his glove. Look at the little running back run here. And then I wanted to surprise them, and so you know the app Cameo?
yeah,
Yeah, so I went on Cameo and I looked at every player on our team. I'm like, it's going to be so worth it to buy one for these guys. And the only ones I found was Mark Andrews. It was only $50, I think, which is very cheap for like that. And it's off though. Like because the season's starting, it was off, and I'm like, damn, I would have bought 2 for these guys. Like Mark Andrews, shout out to the squad. That would have been sick, but he's off. And then we had a really huge debacle with Gurley and Aaron Jones vote. But I probably wouldn't have bought Aaron Jones because his was $200 and his was off too. So no players had it on. So I'd say Carson Wentz, good pick here. I'd say he's the very last of the tier. I would say Goff went kind of early.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't trust Goff as much as others.
I hate him. But I mean, he'll be okay in a super flex. Like you can start him. You can start him every week. I'll put it like that.
Oh, I'm about to be put in a pickle here.
Well, you need some green players.
Yeah, well, I got Metcalf and Lockett sitting on the board here.
Which one is Zach gonna pick? Which one would you guys pick? Would you go with the Metcalf, who has more upside in my opinion? I got him ranked 2 spots ahead of Lockett. Or would you go with Lockett? I don't know if Lockett has both legs though. Didn't he hurt a leg?
Yeah, he was having that trouble at the end of the year.
You got to go Metcalf here, bro. I'll tell you. Come on. I mean, look, you've already dove. You already dove really deep. Might as well keep diving down there and try to find some treasure.
Yeah, we talked about Metcalf a little bit on the phone call the other night. I think we talked about them both actually, Lockett and Metcalf.
Yeah, I mean I like the pick here. I mean, you can look at this team and say, oh, that's a crappy wide receiver one, and I'd agree, but that doesn't matter because wide receiver is a lot of depth. It matters how you finish it. Now you can screw this up still, but I think you'll pull it off because there's so many wide receivers. And maybe some other teams are, they'll start going quarterback or tight end.
If I get this next guy to fall to me, he's gonna be mine as well.
Make sure you remind me who it is if you don't want to say at 7.8.
Oh, I don't mind telling you.
Okay, people could cheat. You know that, right?
Well, if they hear me.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to take. Are you scared or do you want to be a risk taker? You want to be cool. You want people to like you.
I'm looking at McLaurin next.
There's no way he's falling in this draft. It's not.
You don't think he'll fall?
No way. Impossible, bro.
We'll see.
That's my couch fam. If these guys are a real couch fam, they'll take. Well, I mean, someone just took AJ Green, so
yeah.
I guess there's still a chance. You got a chance, man. You got a chance. It's a slim one though. And now you just said it. Probably 2 of these people are tuned in right now. He's not getting passed around, so no way.
Maybe it's the 2 after me.
I was surprised Chark and AJ Brown was still available. I probably would have took those guys, but did you want to go out your way to get the stack? Was that it?
Well, that was part of it, but I was actually if I wasn't gonna get McLaurin, I was gonna get Brown, but Brown's gone already. So there's Lockett.
No, I meant like why'd you go DK over, or do you really have DK super high on your rankings?
I'm super high on DK, but it's also nice to get that stack.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not as high on him I just feel like there's other wide receivers. I'm still a fan though. I think he'll be good.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely other guys I could have grabbed, but I don't know, man. Like, just a lot of what I've watched of DK and the film I've looked at, and even the games I've watched. Like you said, McLaurin. All that upside. There he goes. Yeah.
He went further down than I thought. Wow, McLaurin in round 7. Okay, guys, I was supposed to announce this in the beginning, but 96 team tournament. We're waiting on Cody and Rolando to join. So if you guys are tuning in, I sent you several emails. So check your freaking email, please, and join. So nobody will be mad at you. 3 days later, I'll probably replace you guys because it's just not fair. But we got 94 out of 96 people in there, so we're waiting on Cody and Rolando. Report to your sleeper league number 3, please. I sent you guys an email and Patreon message and Patreon post, both twice, all twice. Uh-oh. First auto pick. Kerryon Johnson. I'm smelling a defensive player coming up here soon. Someone's got to dive into the IDP pool. Did you guys forget this is IDP? Josh says if Team 2 gets a good second QB, that team's nice. There are still some quarterbacks left for Team 2.
There are some guys that take a risk on out. I mean, even Big Ben with I know a lot of people are questioning that Tommy John surgery, but everything I hear, Big Ben is looking good. He doesn't feel any pain, and if he returns to that 2018 form, well, he almost had 5,000 passing yards, right?
Yeah, he's there we go. So you're off. You don't win a free T-shirt. And the defensive player went very late for for IDP leagues.
Yeah, I mean, usually, we were talking about, they usually start going around that fifth round.
Yeah,
but that's a little bit more experienced players. So I'm sure people want to fill up that offense first.
No. The noobs I find draft the IDP earlier. You don't think so?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen
everything.
Darius Leonard go in the first round before.
Yeah. Oh God, don't do that. Don't ever do that.
No.
Especially not in the SuperFlex. Hollywood, too risky wide receivers. I like it. You got to attack it with quantity, though, now. You got to find those upside guys and plug and play. And you got a good squad, though. You really do. Even though I don't agree with your Wilson pick, I like all your other picks. I would have went someone else over Metcalf, but still, it's looking really good. You were able to pull it off.
Yeah, sometimes I start off a little bit rough, and then my team develops, you're like, oh, it's not so bad. Okay, sorry, I was popping off camera there for a second looking at the draft, but
is there any way you could put the draft close to the camera?
I have you just for my phone. Is that what you want to look at?
No, I meant you're going off the screen constantly.
I could just move a little bit closer to where my phone's plugged in at.
Yeah.
There we go.
The football therapist says, I love Leonard. Assume Darius Leonard. He's one of my favorite players to watch. Don't know much about IDP, though. Assume he's top notch. Yeah, so talk to this guy a little bit about Darius Leonard. He's a tackle machine, right?
Yeah, Darius Leonard is, he's obviously the number one IDP pick for a reason. Guy gives you tackles. He gives you the big plays. He'll get you sacks. He'll get you fumbles. He'll get you the interceptions. He's all over the field for Indianapolis, and I think his rookie season, he just exploded onto the scene, and he's like the guy to try to get for the linebackers. And just we have Joey Bosa and Aaron Donald went off the board, and for the defensive line, those guys are not who I would have taken first for defensive line, especially now with Yannick Ngakoue getting traded to Minnesota.
You're on the clock,
Oh, yeah. But, Danielle Hunter and Myles Garrett are the top two for defensive line you want to look at. Aaron Donald moves around a lot, so there's a chance you aren't going to
you're
not going to
Danielle Hunter.
Yeah, I'm not. See, that's the thing that's what I was saying. You want to look at your defensive line. The tier 1 is the scarcest position in IDP. And especially in this league with the scoring, with sacks being a little bit higher, you want to. I mean, if Danielle Hunter gets 2 sacks, that's 12 points. That's hard to pass up on. And any of those big games, they can just blow up for you. I mean, I think one game last year, Cameron Jordan had 5 sacks, and that was basically a 30-point game for him. So, yeah, it's you want to try to look at your defensive line first, because that position, the tiers drop off dramatically.
So Danielle Hunter is number 1 overall for you in IDP.
Yeah. Yeah, I always look at my defensive line before I work at linebackers because linebackers there's so much value deep in the draft. You can definitely wait to grab your linebackers. Same thing with defensive back as well.
Jamal Adams was a horrible pick at 8.2.
Did that happen already?
It's a pink, so it's easy
Oh,
to
there it is.
see.
Yep,
It stands
I
out
got it.
really like a lot.
Oh yeah, I see it. I don't think it's a horrible pick.
How is this
But
not a
then
horrible pick? My
you,
common sense is telling me it's a horrible pick.
you definitely. I mean, he definitely could have waited. I see. He looks like he's trying to fill up those defensive positions. He took Bobby Wagner the round
You
before
know
as
what this
well.
is called, right? This is in all form in fantasy form. It's called the rainbow strategy. What people it's what people do when they try to fill up all their starting spots.
I
And
gotcha. Okay.
they even go for a kicker early or and not ID, we don't have a team defense, but they'll get a team defense right here as well. That's what they would have done. And if you look, it's actually I'm very accurate with what I said. It's basically one of each color, two running backs and two wide receivers, other than that, like
Yeah,
it's
it does. I do see
definitely
that.
the rainbow strategy. For sure. Jamal Adams, I feel like is he the number one ranked DB in your book?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He is.
Yep. Him and Buda Baker are my top two when it comes to defensive backs.
Well, it's fun. I mean, I bet you could get Buda Baker 3 rounds later, though.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, like you were saying, I didn't want to say it's a horrible pick because I mean you're taking the best defensive back, but I mean he probably could have waited about 3 or 4 more rounds before grabbing that defensive back.
In SuperFlex, you should have took Cam right there, or
Yeah,
somebody. Yeah, you really
kind of
should
like we
have.
were sorry, how we were talking about the other night about Khalil Mack with IDP and Aaron Donald maybe not possibly being as valuable as you would think. You see, Khalil Mack went before Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you like what the tooth's doing, of course, huh?
yeah. And then with all complete honesty, Joey is probably one of the brightest IDP minds out there. If you guys are getting into IDP, I highly suggest you follow at Joey the Tooth on Twitter. Um, he is one of the most, like I said, brightest and brilliant minds for IDP, and he is always putting out great content. I mean, I'm usually trying to put out 2 to 3 articles a week, and Joey does just about the same. He always tries to keep his followers up to date and um, you know give them good content. And then he has his new podcast he does, the IDP update. So that's he will tell you about who you should be looking for. He talks about the rookies and rankings and stuff like that as well. So
Royal says two things for you. I typed in at Joey the Tooth. Joey the Tooth IDP. I typed that in for them.
okay,
Royals makes a good point. It was 10 when I last checked. I guess it's 11 now. Daniil Hunter has missed 11 straight practices. You're aware of this, right?
yes, yes.
Coach is not too concerned with it, right?
No, Zimmer says it's just a tweak. I mean, I'm hoping that's the truth. I'm sure maybe they're just taking it easy with him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking that type of risk with guys like A.J. Brown, Allen Robinson, that are hurt as well.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you can't pass up on that chance. Ooh, I can't miss out on this.
Nick Bosa. Well, I'm a Niners fan, so I'm a Bosa fan. Is Bosa gonna get the stats though? They got their D line buffed up again, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, I mean, give it a year or two. I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Bosa is going to be the top defensive lineman being taken. Um, I actually think he's better than Joey, but
Yeah, I think he looked better as Joey did as a rookie. I think that's
yeah,
easy to, because Joey really, he was great as a rookie, but I think Nick Bosa took people by storm. Okay, we got a question for you. IDP folks, what's your take on Kenneth Murray? I think that kid can be a tackling machine for me as a rookie.
I'm a big fan of Kenneth Murray, and a lot of people would say they're not a fan of the landing spot, but I was.
What's the
You
landing
know,
spot? Pretend I'm a noob and I don't know what team he's on.
he was drafted by the Los Angeles Chargers, and a lot of people would say that the Chargers linebackers are cursed because they always seem to be busts.
No, no,
Or
no.
they
The
get
whole team is cursed, is what
the
we
whole
say
team is
here.
cursed.
Yes. I mean, you just saw Darwin James news today, so
Yeah,
he'll probably be going here in 2-3 rounds, if someone didn't know.
Yeah, he's usually about the second or third defensive back or slash safety taken. So,
Dude, you like this rainbow strat? I called it so bad. Look at the rainbow strategy guy.
he's still going at it, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the rainbow. It's such the rainbow strategy. I schooled this guy so much in our big money league. He watched my video. Then the next year, I was like, dude, you actually drafted well. He's like, yeah, I listened to what you said. Because usually people that are like in my home league don't pay attention to me. And he's like, I listened to what you said. I took notes. And he ended up beating me in the Super Bowl that year.
Really?
Yeah, dude drafted a defense in round. He went true rainbow. And I was like, dude, if you draft a kicker in round 6, I'm going to stop recording. And then he drafted a kicker in round 7. I'm like, what the hell, bro? Like, it was so. Oh, it was he took Cam Newton like first, I think, after his MVP year.
Oh, okay.
You know, because that how it is when a quarterback does well, then you draft him and he always sucks the next year. That's how it always is. That's how Cam Newton, especially after he didn't fall on that fumble.
And that Super Bowl, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah. So Cam Newton was going like super early the next year because he was an MVP. He absolutely crushed it. And they're like, oh, he's going to get his receivers back. You guys know how much of a stud that Kelvin Benjamin guy is. He's getting him back.
Kelvin Benjamin, oh my.
Little did they know that the team was better without him.
Yeah.
He doesn't help. That was all Cam. 900 yards and all those touchdowns was all Cam. Now we know that.
When you look at the receiving core he had to work with for the longest time, he had like nobody.
I mean, he had Gagne, which is not big, but it was really Greg Olson's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
That was his main guy.
Yeah, and then he's kind of looking almost at the same situation up in New England now. Even though I like what him and Edelman could possibly do together.
Yeah, they're gonna run I think a very similar mentality offense as they did with Brady. Just implement more RPOs. That's all. Mm-hmm. Quick decisions, short passing, a little bit more creativity, and then he's got the run threat with the RPOs. But the mentality is going to be the same, and then occasionally take a shot down the field. I think it's going to be a good fit. We got Edelman right here. Okay, so a question: Cooper Kupp or Robert Woods? I'm giving the slight edge to Robert Woods. What would you go with?
I'm going with Robert Woods too. I think he's basically going to be the WR1 in Los Angeles. You saw, I think towards the end of the year, Kupp would go off the field more often than Woods would. And I think they're probably going to keep rolling with that.
Yeah, and there's like this kind of, I'd say it's maybe blown out of proportion, but there's like a practice a couple days ago, and they're like, hey, we haven't seen Woods on a lot of plays, and they said like, he was just.
I like that pick.
He was just sitting out because we're trying different stuff, and it's like, hey, is this gonna happen in the real game? Which you like Chandler Jones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially with this scoring. How many times has he led the league in sacks since he came into the year, or came into the NFL? Sorry. He's really good for this big play scoring.
Team 7's kind of crushing it with these stud defensive players, right?
Oh yeah.
2 linebackers. Now,
not as high on Littleton as I was last year. But
yeah. All right, so here's what happened. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. So I'm streaming a 20-team draft last night, and the settings are, something that you would despise probably, but I like it. So we had a kicker and a team defense last year, and this year he's like, hey, I made this change. We're doing return yards, and instead we're gonna add an IDP player. I was like, oh, that's awesome, because I hate fighting over weird defenses over waivers on a 20-teamer. And kickers, and it's just like annoying when it's 20 teams. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, it's a little spice. It's a free league, but there's like some prizes. It's for the fans. Like, it's a cool, fun league.
Right.
And so only one IDP flex spot. So I'm in, I don't know what round, 11 or something. And like by this time, I don't know too many players. Like, it's already deep. I do a lot of 20 team drafts though, so I'm not like totally flustered, but it's kind of scarce now. After round 10, there's not too many players. So it was between Corey Littleton and Demario Davis. That's the linebacker from the Saints, right? Is it Demario or
Yeah, Demario Davis and who?
And Corey Littleton. Those were the two names being. It's 30-second timer, so I got to basically calculate this in like 1 second. And so those are the two names people were screaming at me. And then some people mentioned some other players, but I'm thinking, so it's only half a point per assist tackle and 1.5 for solo.
Gotcha.
4 points for all the big plays, like touchdown, 4 points, INT 4 points, sack 4 points. So when I look at that, I'm seeing if you can get solo tackles, that's going to be really good.
Yeah.
At least that's how I thought. And so who would you take basically over those two, Littleton or Demario Davis?
For this season, I would take Demario Davis over Littleton, just because I think Nick Kwiatkowski is going to lead the Raiders in tackles. But some people may not agree with me.
See, I don't know who that is. I'm going to just admit it.
Nick Kwiatkowski was the guy who was a linebacker who filled in for Roquan Smith and Danny Trevathan.
He was good, huh?
Yeah, he erupted onto the scene. And that's partly, I think, the Raiders signed him first over Littleton. And I think, Littleton's is a really good cover linebacker. So he's going to be more their cover guy. And then you're going to see Nick Kwiatkowski is going to be running the defense and probably stopping the run. I think he's going to get more chance at the big plays like the sacks and stuff like that.
Dang. So you're really giving Corey Littleton what's the opposite of praise? You're not a hater. You're just down on him.
Yeah, I'm not a hater. Yeah, I just don't think he's going to be. I mean, a lot of people are drafting him like he's for sure going to be a top 10 LB this year, and I'm just not as certain. I think there's a chance he's going to be in that 15 to 20 range.
That's not good. Blake Martinez, though, you like. Joey took him basically round 11 here.
Yeah, still high in Blake Martinez. I don't even think the change of scenery is going to affect him much. He's going to be the main guy in the middle of that Giants defense.
Giants are like the Raiders, man. A little bit more spicy offense, but their defense is kind of like, let's just run the clock on these guys and get out of here. That's what teams are thinking, and I think people are going to run right into Blake Martinez. You should run against the Giants, like event. You know what I mean? Like, you probably have the lead. You just run the clock out.
Yeah, I totally agree.
There he is.
I mean, Demario Davis. Yep.
Is that a good spot for him?
A little early. There's still other guys on the board that I like. Devin Bush, Roquan Smith, Zach Cunningham is still there. Zach Cunningham led the AFC in tackles last year. So he's going to get you those tackle points.
He just signed
Devin
a contract,
White,
today.
Yep. Yes, he did. He extended. Maybe
you want to pass against the Texans though, because they suck.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
No, I'm not that serious. Like, yeah, but you can probably run against them too. You'll be fine. You like I thought Roquan would be overrated in fantasy. Why is Roquan a good pick? Overrated in IDP.
No, actually, he scores pretty dang well. He gets you a lot. He can get you a lot of tackles, and he is also proved he's starting to get into the big plays. He's getting your sacks, he's getting your interceptions, and he's causing fumbles. And he's going to be the lead linebacker. He's going to be passing up Danny Trevathan this year.
You think? Well, he's athletic, right? He's super fast. He's got
Oh
the
yeah,
speed. You think he just needed a little bit of learning and getting a cut? You think he's coming into his own now?
yeah. I think especially after that little absence he had last year when nobody really knows what happened to him.
Oh
Um,
yeah, weird.
but
He weird left, huh?
yeah, for a couple
And the
games.
coaches wouldn't. Nobody would say why. Was that
Yeah,
it? Okay, I barely
yeah,
remember. I faintly remember that.
yeah. They. I don't. I mean, there's a lot of rumors that went around about him, but I'm not going to feed into any of those.
Yeah, because we don't know. We'll never know, and we don't know. So yeah, it's like whatever.
But yeah, he came back and he had that chip on his shoulder and he was a monster.
That's good, man. I mean, whatever it is, it seems like that. It seems like he's in the right place now. You're on the clock.
I sure am, and I'm gonna go linebacker again here.
Because you must really like somebody.
Yes, and you'll see here the Jalen Smith
Like
in
it.
Dallas.
So you're thinking like, let me sew him up before these linebackers start, in case someone's in case some other teams are going to be taking some more linebackers here.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go back to looking at my offense for a little bit now, because I've got some good sleepers at my defensive back position who I like, and on top of that, there's still a lot of solid defensive backs there.
Only two
You got-
pinks so far. Buda
Yeah,
Baker and Jamal Adams, which went super. Wow,
Um,
so early.
Landon Collins and Duran James would be the next two I should see go. John Johnson, the third.
Wait. You shouldn't take Darwin James though, because he just got hurt.
Right. I mean, but if you were assume he would be healthy.
If today didn't exist, if today
Exactly.
if today was a perfect day.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying he's gonna miss some significant time. So
Red Nacho says yes, Jalen Smith. That's what he just he loves it. He was trying to help me too yesterday to pick one IDP player, but I mean, you could kind of just put yourself in my shoes. I'm live streaming. I didn't do much IDP research, and it's 30-second clock, 20 team. It's a bit intense,
Oh, dude, I can imagine. I'm sure you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm trying to make a good stream. And then we have this. It's a dude, but we all knew it was a dude. We have Amy who's trolling in the live chat, and then we had this guy named Dick trolling in the live chat. Dick was trying to challenge me, tell him about this is the most boring stream ever, and I'm just horrible advice. Yet he's watching like the whole thing. And then Amy was like some kid who was being really annoying at the movie theaters and just wouldn't shut up. I'm like, this is not about you. So I had all this going on, and I'm like, oh crap. I was like, I don't like any offensive players. Who do I pick? But you saying Damari Davis was cool, was okay.
Yeah, you said you picked him over Littleton. I'm good with that.
Yeah, and I think those were like the two, because this was way later. This probably would have been, in a 12 team, it would have probably been like round 15 or 16 or something.
Gotcha.
And so, I'm pretty sure Roquan Smith was been taken because I feel like his name is so much more popular. I feel like somebody would have took him. What about Tremaine Edmonds? I'm very curious about these last two. I just want your analysis on Tremaine Edmonds, Bills linebacker, and Devin Bush, Steelers linebacker. The Steelers and Ravens, I always feel like these teams, and the Jags too, they always focus on drafting defensive players.
Yeah. Devin Bush, he's the future in Pittsburgh. He's I mean, to me, that's where I was actually going to choose between Jalen Smith and Devin Bush, and I just went Jalen Smith because I trust him just a little bit more than I trust Devin Bush.
Jalen Smith's more proven, right?
Yes, exactly.
And what's Devin Bush's story? Is this his second year?
Yep, he's a sophomore in Pittsburgh, and I think. I think they tried to take it easy on him towards the end of the year last season because, they knew they weren't going to be able to make the playoffs. So they kind of started letting him rest up. And I think this year you're going to see him. He's probably, he's going to get well over 100 tackles. I wouldn't doubt if he even got close to 150. And then Tremaine Edmonds is also another linebacker who's slowly climbing up my rankings. He has a lot of potential. And he's really the main guy in Buffalo to own. Sometimes his value is a little high, and you can get the guy his partner in crime is Matt Milano. He is also um, pretty good for IDP value. And the only person Devin Bush really has to compete with in Pittsburgh is T.J. Watt, who just got taken as well.
Oh, the reason why T.J. Watt fell so much is because is he only linebacker designation on sleeper?
Yep.
And he play. I mean, he does play like upright, right? They do run. I mean, he is a linebacker.
Outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like edge. I just love calling it. Ever since like the 3-4 got popular, I just would like to call that edge. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if your strength is to rush the passer, that's what teams pay you a lot of money to do often. And I think I would just call you edge, and that's what T.J. Watt is, right? He's rushing the passer. That's why he's going to get paid the big bucks.
Right, and that's the thing too is, especially with IDP, you'll see a lot of, and that's what's kind of the issue is, you have these these pass rushers, these edge guys, and they're basically defensive linemen, but they're labeled as outside linebackers on their defense. So they're labeled as linebackers on like sleeper. Yahoo's one of the ones that gets me a lot too.
Okay. One question for you, and then I got a question. What about Devin White? Says Vainton.
Devin White, I'm also very high on. I think he's a very good piece to have of the Tampa Bay defense. Oh, sorry, I'm on the clock here, and I'm going to go. Oh, wow. I need to fill this position, but it's very slim. I guess I'm going to have to do this. But yeah, Devin White is probably, Levante David is he gets a lot of notice in Tampa Bay, but Devin White he's a sophomore linebacker as well. So I mean, he's young and he's the guy who's you're going to be wanting to grab in your dynasty formats. And I mean, I'd be taking Devin White before Levante David in any draft, anyways.
What about Jadeveon Clowney? Keep in mind, I'm kind of a defensive noob, right? And so a lot of people here are. So in college he was more of a defensive end, right, hand in the dirt, and then the Texans drafted him as a linebacker. I feel like he's a very good fit for a team like the Seahawks, who had him last year. Like, what are your thoughts on him? Where would you like to see him land, or like how would you like to see him be? Because I think it's a weird thing he's not signed yet. Like, it's at least a little strange.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things like we had talked about before. Clowney doesn't. He's not a really. When he got into the league, everybody thought he was going to be a really big thing, and it's not. I'm not saying he's not. He's really good at stopping the run. He's a great NFL player.
They thought he was going to be like Chase Young,
right?
Well, which we haven't seen, I know, but still, Chase Young. Ooh, he's amazing.
Chase Young is something else. But yeah, Clowney doesn't put up the sack numbers that everybody wants. He's not so good for IDP as people thought he was going to be. For as far as landing spots, I mean, it would be cool to see him go back to Seattle because I liked him there and I thought that was a good fit. But I think another cool spot to see him land would be in Cleveland. But I know Cleveland offered him a contract and he said no.
Wow, that defense would just be taken straight to the roof with all the, they'd be good against the run too with Clowney and Garrett. That's going to help.
Yeah, I think if especially for Myles Garrett's value, that would have shot his value up even more. And then Clowney would probably get a chance to actually, prove himself that he can get to the quarterback. But I mean, he's asking for like 15 to 20 million, and with him not putting up sack numbers and not really proving that he's worth that money, then I'm not willing to spend that money on him if I'm not going to get that. If I'm not going to get the production I want
Also, it
from
could
him.
be considered injury prone. Guess it's depends on people's opinions, but
Yeah,
he's been
yeah.
injured quite a bit.
Yes, he has. Yeah.
Okay, guys, really quick, I want to make an announcement. Sorry if I sound like I was yelling at you in the chat. So, just to be clear, September 2nd, I'm going live on one of my 2 YouTube channels. If you want in on the last chance to get in one of my fan leagues, it's going to be a 12-team auction draft on Yahoo. I'm giving away 11 spots. Everyone has an equal chance to get in. If you really want in, subscribe to both my YouTube channels, this one and Fantasy Couch Podcast. Tune in September 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern. Have your $50 ready to go via Venmo or PayPal, and follow close, exact instructions. Everyone will be given an equal chance. We draft 24 hours after that. So you got to have your money ready. You got to follow instructions. And when I ask you to join, you got to join right then and there, or we're going to replace you again. That's it. Boom. You see that? You see, Zach, how I hate
Simple and
rules,
easy.
by the way, but you see that I'm so experienced at all this commissioner stuff. I know what to go on. I know what to do. All my leagues fill up. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. As soon as you guys announced this IDP one, a few hours later, we had it. We're just
Yeah.
missing one.
I was like, Chris, it's not gonna fail, and I was like, well, I'm kind of good at this, so I just took over and I sent out an email. I posted on Facebook, posted on Instagram, posted on and then it's like, boom, it's done. It's filled up. Like, how you gonna say no? I mean, this is so far, it's been fun. I'm looking at the draft board. One thing I do notice, which is very normal, right? A lot of Brown, a lot of DL. And that's normal, right? Because of how you said they're kind of like the running backs of the IDP world.
Yeah, those are the guys the tier drop is significant after the best guys are gone. So we're getting pretty slim pickings here already.
So what's your tier? Even if you have to name more than one player, what's like the tier 1 fall off and the tier 2 fall off? Or I don't know where we are. I assume tier 1's long gone.
Yeah, tier 1's long gone. We're still in the tier 2 range. There's still some guys. I'm surprised Chase Young is still sitting on the board, honestly.
Yeah, and
Eric Armstead is a good guy to grab.
oh yeah, he is. Anyone on that Niners D line can go off at any given. Actually, Bosa and Eric Armstead. I would say those two actually, because I don't really like D Ford. I don't know.
And there's another guy here
I thought he'd be.
who I'm tempted to take so badly right now, but I'm gonna see if anybody else grabs him. I'll go ahead and talk about him though. Yannick being traded to Minnesota opens the door for Josh Allen, who was a rookie last year.
Oh yeah. Oh, we were talking about this guy. A lot of upside. That's right.
A lot of upside. He was almost. He played less snaps and was almost better than Nick Bosa last year. And Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year. And you had, I think, Max Crosby went already too. Max Crosby could have won Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm sorry, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Both Allen and Max Crosby, in my opinion, were almost so close to being better than Nick Bosa, where they could have won that award too.
I'll be honest, I forgot how it went. Didn't Bosa just win Defensive Player of the Year straight up?
Nick Bosa, I thought he won Defensive Rookie.
Who won Defensive Player then? I'm gonna look this up.
Gilmore?
Oh yeah, he was the best corner last year. That would make a lot of sense. Let me see. Yeah, he did. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, he had
6 interceptions.
Yeah, see, that's just, I find it so weird that quarterbacks actually threw to him too, and I think that's a lot of, he was single covered, and that's a lot of Belichick too. Belichick finds a way to be like, hey, throw to Gilmore.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Chase
Yeah.
Young one I saw. Yeah, amazing pick. I feel like, and so I'm working on my sleepers video, and somebody asked a great question to therapist. That's another great question, and I'm researching the Cardinals and Washington defense. Washington secondary kind of looks crappy. I still need to research, but I mean just what I've just watching football, they look really bad, but. Their front seven could be beastly. They got a lot of QB pressures, and that's before Chase Young. And so I'm thinking, Chase Young can do a lot of damage his rookie year. You can't just double team Chase Young because, like last
Right.
year, they had a lot of QB pressures.
Well, that's the thing too is they also have Matt Ioannidis. They have Jonathan Allen. They have Deron Payne, and they also have one of my favorite guys for breakout this year is Montez Sweat, who was a first round pick from
Yeah, he
Washington
was
last year.
pretty good. Dude, they
Um,
have. You forgot about Kerrigan, who's like kind
yeah,
of
and
old
Kerrigan,
news, but he's still a starter.
he's still a solid piece,
Yeah,
absolutely. And just to get back into it a little bit, yeah, their front seven's pretty dangerous looking. Their linebackers are a little bit give and take. If Reuben Foster stays healthy, I mean,
and
he has
doesn't
a
get
lot.
suspended.
Right, exactly. If he can
Stay
be
on
a
the
good,
field. Yeah.
if he can be good, behave. He has a lot of potential linebacker. Cole
You got
Holcomb
nine
is.
seconds, by the way.
Oh crap!
I was like, we're just. Oh, because you knew who you wanted at least.
Yeah,
Okay, great,
yeah.
and you're very happy here. Very
uh,
happy.
I, I'm good.
Okay,
And that's the thing about Josh Allen on sleeper. He can be placed in the linebacker position or the defensive line position.
it's an
He's
extra
dual.
bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that dual eligibility.
Um. Oh yeah, and then therapist. That's a good question. What do you think about Isaiah Simmons? I think the Cardinals are a sleeper defense. I'm going to talk about them in my upcoming video. I think they're a huge sleeper defense in deep leagues.
Just to finish my thought, I'm sorry. Washington's secondary is not as bad as you think. They have Kendall Fuller now, and he was pretty
He
solid for
didn't have
Kansas
him
City.
last year.
Right, and he was solid in Kansas City. And
Okay.
then Landon Collins is probably one of the best safeties in the NFL, so never count him out.
Got you. So they got Landon Collins, who used to be a Giant. They got Kendall Fuller. Dude, there's two Fullers. This isn't the. This is this the one from the Bears? No.
No, Kyle Fuller
Kyle.
is still on the
Where
Bears.
did
Yep,
Kendall Fuller play?
he was in Kansas City last
Oh,
year.
you just said that. That's right.
It's
Okay.
okay,
So you okay? All right. Well, and in the regular
but
season, your pass rush is more important. That's the one that's gonna really especially when we talk about fantasy, that's the one
mhm.
that's really going to get you points is the pass rush, and that's going to help the secondary. When you get some good pass rush, when you disrupt everything, teams are all flustered. It affects everything. Tip balls, interceptions, fumbles, quarterback's just uneasy. Quarterback's frustrated. Pretty soon he's screaming at the ref like Phillip Rivers.
Well, see, that's the thing too is, one of my favorite teams is a good example when you look at with Mitch Trubisky. When Mitch Trubisky is off his game, when he is flustered, he is horrible. And that's
That was
it's he
13 games last year I counted.
yeah. So I mean that's the thing. He just can't. If he loses his composure, it's just the worst thing to happen. That like if Trubisky gets off his game in a game, just you can count the Bears out. Just because they won't have a chance if Trubisky is flustered.
Royal, he's a couch captain, asks, "Hey Zach, thoughts on?" Oh yeah, this is huge. This is huge, and I love this trade. He's a Vikings fan, by the way, but he's not a one of those crazy Homer fans though. At least he's a very sensible Vikings fan. Hey Zach, thoughts on the Yannick trade from an IDP perspective?
Um, yeah, I'll go ahead and cover this, and I'll go ahead and hit that. You had a question about Isaiah Simmons too, right?
Oh, I already forgot that. Which I want
Uh,
both though. I need both the answers. Yes, I love both
I'll
questions.
I'll hit you with the Minnesota. I think the trade from Yannick to Minnesota is huge. I love it. Um, it's a really good trade, but um, yeah, Yannick being in Minnesota is great for Daniil Hunter's value as long as Daniil Hunter is healthy. If this is a stopgap, just in case Daniil Hunter isn't healthy, makes Yannick probably one of the top defensive linemen in the league for this season. And also a sleeper I like is Ifedi Odenigbo. Was really good in a situational role for Minnesota last year, and I think you're going to see him rotate behind Hunter and Yannick now. But that's the thing too is Odenigbo has trained really hard this offseason, and I think he's still going to get a shot at a starting position. And one thing I've talked about with some IDP guys is um, the Minnesota likes to throw 4 defensive ends into that line sometimes. And if they do that more often, you'll see Odenigbo, Ngakwe, and Hunter be valuable. To hop over to the Arizona question, um,
Really quick with the Vikings. So just
oh, gotcha.
for a guy like me who doesn't play IDP, I probably will next year though. I think we're gonna have to get there. Next year we'll start. I don't really like the Vikings corners too much. I mean, I know it's not like I know it's not much of a downgrade from last year or anything, but now that they got Yannick though, I mean, is this whole defense just is kind of gonna be fire now? Like all with this trade, I think it might push them over.
Yeah, I would still say that would put them back into that above average conversation.
That's it. You don't think they can be top 5 again? Like have
no,
not the upside to do that.
I don't. That's the thing is, I don't. I mean, their corners are all young. I mean, they have Jeff Gladney and Cameron Dantzler, if I'm not mistaken. They're very fine corner prospects, but they're young.
No corners do well as rookies, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're gonna get picked on quite a bit. But they also have one of the best safety duos in the NFL with Anthony Harris and Harrison Smith.
What defense is perfect? The Patriots opted out.
Yeah,
I mean, what defense
is gone? So I mean, they can definitely be a top 5 defense. Don't get me wrong, but I would see them right outside the top 5.
Okay,
like
look, it's the playoffs. Vikings can't do it. I get that. Like, that's what I'm saying, though. In the regular season, you don't think that front 7 and those safeties can cause enough havoc in fantasy to be a top 5 defense? And if you're a top 5 in fantasy, you're often, pretty good in real life, too. I guess you go off yards, which is kind of stupid, is how they rank defenses. But, I mean, you don't think it could be top 5 in fantasy with the havoc they can wreak, with the AA gap blitzes and just making enough plays. And the coach, they have a great defensive-minded coach, and I think they got the personnel. And if Daniil Hunter's healthy,
like I said, they definitely could be. But I just see there's a few other teams that are that are more likely to be in that top 5. Yeah, the Seahawks are going to probably be up there.
What about the Titans? A little bit. They could kind of improve this year.
Titans are a quiet one, a sleeper, I would say. Bills defense is pretty built.
Yeah, I mean, Bills is not even. Everyone has them as about defense 4. So I was kind of talking about that 10 range. Where that's around the Seahawks, Rams, Chargers.
I think Rams, their defense is going to take a little slide back this year.
I'm a Rams hater. We'll let Zach make this pick.
Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and take who I think is gonna lead the tackles and Raiders, or lead the Raiders in tackles. Sorry, Nick Kwiatkowski. I'm gonna probably start looking at my defensive back position here now. Got some solid guys
Nick
up there.
Nick Kwiatkowski. So. Now he's a sleeper, but you see the linebackers are going. You didn't think he'll make it back to you? Nobody knows who that guy is. You think these guys know who this is? Joey the Tooth not on the others. Joey Tooth's on the other side of the draft.
See, that's the thing is most of the big name guys are gone.
How high was he on sleeper rankings? Was he the next guy up or?
No, he was a little bit farther down with sleeper rankings.
I guess you like him just that much then.
Yeah, I mean, I just trust him for value over some of the other
So I
guys.
feel like you could have got him in 18, round
I
18.
probably, I probably could
Nobody
have.
knows who that guy is, dude. Trust me. You're so used to doing these lawn drafts. You know
Well,
every
that and
linebacker. You know every linebacker. You know that annoying guy on the Rams who everyone he goes like this. He goes fudge, fudge. The seventh round. What's his? Do you know his name?
um,
You don't know that
uh,
guy's name. He's
I'm
a.
not sure. I'm not sure if I know who you're talking about.
You don't watch Hard Knocks.
No, I've only seen the first episode.
Oh, yeah. So this last one, you got 30 seconds on the clock. So our strategy was for me to distract you, so a couch fan would win. But I don't have I can't make my guests look bad. Come on, man.
No,
It's
you're
about
okay.
the show. I gotta
You
let
guys
you.
aren't hurting my feelings.
No, it's just the competitive need. So we came up with ways to, it's not really cheating, but it's highly unethical. I'd say it's pretty close to cheating. We've devised it, but I didn't follow through. I'm not gonna do that to you because we're having a good time. The live stream was total crap how it started, and then once we got you on, and I remembered to actually unmute
I'm
you.
sorry about
No, it's all good. You
that.
can't. I mean, I thought you were gonna hop on in like 90 minutes, so it took you 5 minutes. So
Yeah, I was
it's all good.
got as soon as I got home, I got my phone on the charger and got my computer turned on, and it was just my daughter's 10th birthday today, so we were out and about all day.
SD says Kenneth Murray and Patrick Queen will do better than his Raiders linebacker pick. Now, Patrick
Uh,
Queen went significantly earlier,
yeah, yeah, a
and
couple rounds earlier.
Kenneth Murray, is that the
That's the Chargers
Chargers
guy who
line?
picked.
Okay, see, I know IDP. I know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, Kenneth Murray's still there. I don't
Yeah.
know if he'll be better than Kwiatkowski this year, though. Um, he could be, but I'm not as sold on that as I am with Nick Kwiatkowski being the tackle leader in Las Vegas this year.
You've seen some of my content. Now, I have my top 3 most cursed teams. Do you know who they? I probably talk. This is the topic that comes up with everybody. So when me and you first talked, I probably mentioned this, and I don't remember. But if I didn't, who do you know who my top 3 cursed teams are?
I mean, my first ones are going to be the Chargers.
They are
Um,
top 3, but they're not number 1 though. But yes, that's one.
um, Cleveland.
They are cursed, but they're they are cursed. They're not in my top 3 though. But
Okay.
they're I don't know. It's this. I feel like these are the 3 special teams. But that Cleveland's definitely cursed though. Okay, so that's not even a wrong answer. Let's see if you can get the other 2.
Um, the Saints.
No, they won Super Bowl when Katrina happened.
Yeah, but I mean, Minnesota keeps knocking them out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
With some
but you
crazy.
got some teams don't have a ring like the Browns, man. No, 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 no. Definitely not the same. And they're so good. We did like a fantasy Madden draft where we simulated the games. Like imagine if I just loaded this team right now in Madden and we watched it. That's cool, huh? So we
Yeah. Oh
did
yeah.
that, and I had the Saints. I had the Saints coach, the uniform, the O line, and they were just killing it. And that dude, the left tackle, I think I forget his name, but he's like the fastest left tackle ever in the history of the NFL. And on Madden, he recovered a fumble, and he just took off. I was like, oh crap! It's like the fastest ever, bro. His speed is so crazy. What the heck were we talking about? Oh yeah, Kirsten. All right, 2 more guesses. Go ahead. You got this.
Oh, 2 more guesses.
You got this. Top three cursed teams. You guys chime in on the live chat. What are my top 3 most cursed teams? You guys know, right? Top 3 most cursed teams. Feel free to add to it. I think we're gonna add the Browns to number 4. I think we're gonna have to do that. Feel free to see if we can add a number 5.
Lions. Are the Lions one of your favorite teams?
Yes.
Okay.
You know they're cursed. Calvin Johnson, Barry
Yep.
Sanders. Last year, Matthew Stafford injury. When have they had a running back since Barry Sanders? Like all these things, the coaches, the draft picks, the playoffs, everything. And they're one of the oldest teams.
Yeah, and yeah, that's for sure.
They're a curse for sure.
Some bad luck.
Oh yeah, and now who's my number one most cursed? This should be pretty easy, but
Number one cursed team.
Teron Armstead. That's right, Royal. You already know. It's so
Jacksonville.
No, they haven't even been around. My friend, and when Royal wrote it, it's so funny. He goes Lions, comma Chargers, comma. Look at this. Look how easy this answer was. Football team.
Oh, Washington.
They don't even have a team name. They don't even have a team name. My God. Talk about being cursed. I'm like, how much worse could this be?
They're usually so bad I usually forget about them.
Yeah, there's just, I mean, but their defense could be kind of cool. I mean, they have some pieces. Yeah. They have some pieces right now. They have Chase Young, who's just one of the most amazing prospects we've seen. So I said this on a podcast, and it could be misunderstood, but I said, if there were prospects, if they were both coming out of college right now, I would go Chase Young over Nick Bosa. Of course, some people understood me and agreed with me, and others were like, how could you say that as a Niner fan? I'm like, look, I'm saying if they came out as prospects. Now that I know how good Nick Bosa is, I'm going with the safe, guaranteed, for sure thing with Bosa. But if both were coming out of college, who would you draft if you're an NFL franchise, Bosa or Chase Young?
Bosa or Chase Young.
Coming out of college. So we go, kind of too hypothetical.
I would be taking Chase Young over Nick Bosa.
Yeah, he's one of the best prospects we've seen in a long time. Like, he's a better prospect than Mac. He's a better prospect than Jadeveon, better prospect than Myles Garrett. Or, maybe up there with them. I mean, those two were really good prospects. Better prospect than J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald. I mean, just the list goes on. Who knows how good he's going to be in the NFL, though. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think he's got himself in a good setup.
Yeah, I don't like the club, but
good places. He's got some guys to learn from too. So, I think Rivera's a really good. He's with Ron Rivera being his head coach. He walked into a really good situation because Rivera's defensive minded.
He's not a slime ball. He seems like a good guy.
Right.
They're like, we have to hire like a non-slime ball to save this organization.
Yeah, after
to save the football team.
No, it's Gruden's brother, right?
Yeah, there's like pictures of this guy like hitting on girls with a cigarette in his mouth, looking sloppy, bro. I mean, he's a character. I like that. You're on the clock. A lot of pink. A lot of pink
gone. I'm gonna have to go pink as well. I'm going with one of my breakout candidates, Jonathan Abram.
There we go. Last year he got hurt. Kind of annoying guy on Hard Knocks, but I feel like he can hit hard.
Yeah, he's definitely a hard hitter. I think that's partly why he injured his shoulder last year.
Did you watch Hard Knocks last year?
I watched a little bit of it, yeah.
So this is what happened. Irony. I love how, and we're about to see this Darwin James thing, and I bet it's gonna be drama. I don't mean drama as in like people bickering, like I bet something's gonna lead up to it. Watch. So with John Abram, he was kind of annoying, kind of obnoxious, and don't take that like I'm being a hater. It's it's okay, it's fine. I'm totally fine with that. I think Zeke's a knucklehead, and I love it because I feel like if I draft Zeke, he's gonna run through a brick wall for my fantasy team. You kind of need. I mean, this is football here. This isn't like this isn't a game of badminton. So guys that are a little bit over the top characters and just ready to go do some bad things, some violent things on the field is what you need a lot of the time. And so I think that could be a better So I just don't want people to think like, oh, I'm hating on this guy. Like I just don't. Some guys
play with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, like for the quarterback, you don't really need that sometimes. It's like I don't necessarily need my quarterback trucking people all the time.
Right.
That could be a bad neck injury right there. So anyway, so John Aaron's like being a little over the top, a little obnoxious, being a character, and then Gruden pulls him aside. He's like, "Look, stop it. because he hit somebody. He laid someone. He's like, Coach, I barely touched him. He's like, you know what you did. Stop it. He's like, all right, we'll just play touch football or something. And, Gruden's he's been, he knows the football. And John Abrams, rookie last year, right? Mm-hmm. So the dude hasn't even played one NFL game. He's already given Gruden lip. And he's like, all right, you want to go to the XFL and play or whatever. And then, but Gruden really, he diffused the situation. He was like, all right, He's like, do you understand me? He's like, yeah, I got you, Coach. But he's still like, I kind of want to hit people. And then it's like the very next episode, he hit someone and got hurt. I was like, dang. I was like, that's it's such a big coincidence. Hopefully I didn't butcher that, but. You kind of want, if you're a hard hitting safety, you kind of want that attitude. I don't want a guy not wanting to tackle.
Right. Well, that's the thing too. I think he probably learned a little bit of his lesson after that injury, and he got a whole year to sit on the sidelines and study that defense.
To watch the Raiders play.
Right. Exactly. So, I think you'll definitely see. Abram bounce back this year. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but obviously he does like to lay some hits. He does like to do the hit stick. So hopefully he's learned how to be able to do that and not hurt himself in the process.
Josh Fox gives some pretty good analysis here about Gruden. He said, "Too bad Gruden couldn't defuse Antonio Brown." Dun-dun-dun. Yeah. I
want to get over to that Isaiah Simmons question.
Oh God! Oh God! I was right about to ask you another question too. Yeah, let's get this Isaiah Simmons. I'm very intrigued by this defense. They're improving, and they just went and drafted Isaiah Simmons. Was that 10th overall, or where did he go? I'm gonna look it up for you. Don't worry, you can talk.
But Isaiah Simmons, I love him as a player. He's super fast. He's a great linebacker. He can play all over the field. But his landing spot, I do question. I'm not sure if he's going to be as great for IDP as people hope. He is going to be competing with tackles with Buda Baker, Devondre Campbell, and Jordan Hicks. And Jordan Hicks is a hell of a linebacker as well. Sorry if I'm not allowed to say that.
No, you can say, just don't say the F and the S. You can say hell.
Okay. But I love Isaiah Simmons as a player. He's going to be great in the NFL, but I'm not sold on his IDP production yet. I would rather have Kenneth Murray and Patrick Queen over Isaiah Simmons.
Well, Patrick Queen, I think, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? Because
that's the thing about Patrick Queen, though, is it took him a while to become a starter in LSU, and he didn't even lead his team in tackles. That was Jacob Phillips, who was on Cleveland Browns, and Jacob Phillips led the SEC in tackles last year, and he was drafted after Patrick Queen.
But Patrick Queen seems like every down linebacker.
He definitely could be, but just for the fact that it took him a while to get that starting position on a college team, I'm not as sold on Patrick Queen as I am as other people, I guess. I'd still draft Patrick Queen. Don't get me wrong, but I think Kenneth Murray is my number one rookie linebacker, then Queen, and then Simmons. And then you'll see guys like Malik Harrison, who's going to be probably starting next to Patrick Queen in Baltimore. I think there's a good chance Harrison ends up leading the Ravens in tackles. And I'm pretty sure Joey would agree with me there.
Yeah, I like Isaiah Simmons. I like his landing spot. But I'm not thinking IDP. How you broke it down.
For team defense, team defense with Arizona, I think they're definitely a good grab right now. Their defense should be pretty solid.
It's a perfect pick for their defense. But yeah, how you broke it down as far as IDP, yeah, I completely understand that. And Isaiah Simmons is a bit of a joker. He's a bit of a wild card. He kind of we really, that's the one guy you really don't know what you're gonna get out of him in the NFL. We know he's an absolute freak. We know he's an amazing player, and we know he's going to help the Cardinals. Isn't he kind of replacing, in a way, Terrell Suggs? Or I guess Chandler Jones' position or whatever.
Yeah, I would say he'd be replacing more so Terrell Suggs, but that's the thing too is they want him to play inside linebacker, so I think he's going to be kind of rotating in and out with Hicks. Um, but there's a chance you'll probably see Jordan Hicks on the field. You'll see Isaiah Simmons and Devondre Campbell all on the field at the same time, and they're all, I mean, those are sideline to sideline linebackers. They're all quick, and Hicks and Devondre Campbell are solid tacklers.
Yeah.
So I think Simmons has a lot to compete with tackle wise in Arizona.
Okay, it makes a lot of sense, man. But I mean, there's gonna be a lot of opportunities for tackles and big plays with the way that the offense runs plays so fast.
Very true.
I
Yes.
got you. And then, like I said, on top of that, we really don't know how Isaiah Simmons is gonna look in the NFL. It might take him 3-4 years to adjust and really get it down, or it might be right away just because he's in a great situation that he starts making big plays and an impact right away.
Yeah. I think part of the reason they drafted Simmons is because they're ready to move on from Jordan Hicks. And if Jordan Hicks ends up leaving Arizona, then I mean Isaiah Simmons is going to shoot up linebacker rankings
Got you.
everywhere.
So you still like him in Dynasty IDP?
Oh yeah, Dynasty definitely. If you can grab Isaiah Simmons, definitely do it. Yeah, redraft not so much.
Why did Trey White and Gilmore come off late? That's definitely a important question to answer. If you can answer that.
Like we had kind of talked a little bit. Cornerbacks aren't valued as much in IDP, but that's partly why I've tried to bump up their value with the pass defense. Um, the cornerbacks are harder to give you IDP points because they just don't get tackles as often as safeties do. Um, and you're more relying on their big playability. And that, I mean, it's not like they're getting interceptions every game.
Me and
So
me and you plan on collabing on a video, and I've been devising more after we talked about it. It's not as easy, but I've been devising ways. If there's a stat that we can grab easily targeted to, or how many times this cornerback has been targeted, then we're gonna be able to boost cornerbacks like they should be.
mhm.
Because we can do something like we automatically give the cornerback 10 fantasy points before they step on the field,
I got you.
and
I
then
got
the
you.
more they get targeted, and fail, then the points go down. On top of that, you're getting the normal, the normal points: passes, defense, tackles, interceptions, touchdowns, fumble recoveries, so on, forced fumbles.
Just to hit
Yeah.
something real quick, I saw Luke Kuechly got taken. Just
That's an
to anybody
auto.
who can hear me, don't pick Luke
It was
Kuechly.
an
He's
auto pick. They're not. They're not that. They know. They know. I
not.
couldn't stop hearing about that. I was like, yeah, he retired. I know. That sucks. Quan Alexander though, Niners
Yeah, I think
adding depth.
he's the best linebacker in San Francisco this year. Recently wrote an article on because Fred Warner is getting taken as a top 10 LB linebacker, and I think he just wasn't as productive for IDP when Quan Alexander was on the field, and I think we're going to see that again this year. And I think Alexander is ready to earn that payment that San Francisco gave him.
Or could end up like a Jerick McKinnon contract.
Very, very
I
well
hope
could.
not though. I really do. You're on deck here. So you went with Taylor Rapp, Jonathan Abram. Von Bell is a safety, correct?
Yes, yes. He's just got signed to Cincinnati this year.
Was he on the Saints at some point?
Saints. Yep, yep.
Okay. I feel like I know more than I thought. I don't know much though.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed you're not giving yourself enough credit with some of these.
People make fun of me too much, so I can't make myself. can't say I'm really good, and then people will be like, F. But the thing is, I kind of remember like what the position in the team and like how good they are, but I'll never remember the name. Like I can't recall a name or something like that.
Sure.
The Hawk, the offensive Hawk went. Well, the defensive Hawk retired. For sure.
Yeah, I'm not as sold on T.J. Hawkinson as other people are.
He's more of a dynasty pick.
Yeah.
Because it's like when the Lions, like, it's so funny. Like, people remember when everyone drafted Brandon Pettigrew for like 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, nobody wants to talk about this taboo subject. You guys were drafting Brandon Pettigrew, not me. I don't know. Maybe I took him 1 year. Like, that's it though. And I don't think I did. Brandon Pettigrew. Now it's the next. And then wait, it was Ebron. Didn't work out. Now it's Hawkinson, who's very talented, but it's like, is he really going to break into the top 5? If you draft in a tight end, like, he better have that top 5 potential. I think Gesicki, Hurst has that potential to sneak into the top 5. Jonnu Smith, maybe.
I like Hurst's chances a lot, actually.
Yeah. He's being drafted super high, though. The secret's out. He's even no longer a sleeper.
Yep.
Who else? I don't have any shares in Higbee, but Higbee's another one. You got to, and maybe we're wrong. That's the thing. It's a crapshoot. Maybe Hawkinson could, but I don't know. That's tough. I just don't see him. There we go. Darwin James. Is that a dumb pick? Because it's late.
I think at this point it was worth it.
But you know what? I'm going to take that question doesn't matter. This team is fully auto, and that's his 4th defensive back. So for this team, who just drafted Luke Kuechly, so for this team, nothing matters anymore. This team lost.
Yeah, he's got John Johnson, Tracy Walker, and Deion. I'm surprised he took Deion Bush went way too early.
You know this guy's not here, right?
Oh, I did not.
That's what I'm trying. Yeah, he's not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's auto picking. He's done. He's not present. He forgot today. He thought today was Saturday. It's Sunday.
Oh, okay.
But
so the entire time has been auto for him.
Since the last few rounds, I've noticed. Who's better, Melvin Gordon or Chase Young? The auto pick or Tyler?
I would rather have Chase Young over Melvin Gordon just because.
Melvin Ingram.
Oh, Melvin Ingram? Oh, I would definitely rather have Chase Young over Melvin Ingram.
You'd rather have him over Melvin Gordon?
Oh, yeah, over Gordon too, just because I'm not even sold on his position in Denver.
But still, that's a running. I know, like, I'm not high on it, but over. I mean, Chase Young went round 15, so you would rather, if Melvin Gordon was available round 15, you wouldn't draft him.
Yeah, see, that's where you got me. Because if it was round 15, I would.
What?
I would take Melvin Gordon before Chase Young on round 15.
What? That's like a depth guy. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
You're a Melvin Gordon hater.
I'm not a hater. I still think Philip Lindsay is a pretty legit running back.
He is. Melvin Gordon's a better pass catching back. Melvin Gordon's going to have a big role. That's for sure. He's trending downward, though. He's not used to the altitude. Philip Lindsay's not going to go away. That's for sure.
No.
He's not.
I mean, they still have Royce Freeman, too, don't they?
No, he's like a hypothetical running back. He's not. He's not,
but yeah, I mean,
he's not really. He's not really there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a Peyton Barber. Something. He's not. He doesn't exist. His entire time has not been autoed. Okay. Yes, my rankings. My rankings are beautiful. They're free. We should do something next. So none of your guys' rankings are free?
For IDP guys?
Yeah.
I think you have to possibly be a subscriber for IDP guys, but the subscriptions shouldn't be too expensive.
Next year, let's do a giveaway.
Oh, I can do that. I'm sure I could work something out.
Yeah. Next year, let's do. I mean, it's you guys will end up earning more money in the long run. We'll do like a joint giveaway or something.
I mean, I could probably do something in for the winner of this league. To be honest with you,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah. No, that'll be much appreciated, bro. Yeah, they'd really appreciate something like that. Yeah, let's do that too. Winner of this league gets like the
I could.
VIP premium, the best one. Is that too much?
Yeah. And that's the thing too. No. I'll work something out with Joey and
Yeah.
Nate,
And
and
next
we'll
year we'll
figure
do
that out.
something like we'll give away 10.
This would be.
Yeah, dude, it'll be cool. We'll give away like 10 subscriptions to IDP guys or something. Like follow us both. That way, give some of my guys some quality IDP rankings.
Okay.
Something like that.
Oh yeah.
That'd be happy. Yeah, I'm fortunate enough that people donate enough and my videos get enough views, and I got a book and a course to where I just made everything free from my site, basically. I don't even push my products anymore.
Yeah. Whoever just took Kari Willis, super big props to that guy.
Is that a safety?
Yeah, he's gonna be a starting safety in Indianapolis this year.
Strong safety. Is Malik Hooker more of a free safety?
Yeah, Malik Hooker is gonna be the free safety, and Kari Willis will be their strong safety.
Awesome then. Awesome pick. He'll be cleaning up whatever Darius Leonard doesn't get, I guess.
Exactly. And on top of that, Willis was a pretty highly touted prospect. Pretty sure he came out of Michigan State. I could be wrong, but he was. I mean, he didn't start for them last year right away, but then Clayton Gathers got hurt, and then Carly Willis went in and proved why he should be their starting safety, and he pretty much finished out the year for him. And that's the thing too is Malik Hooker and Clayton Gathers both have trouble staying healthy. So the Colts also signed Tavon Wilson, who's a nice little grab towards the end of drafts too, because Malik Hooker can't stay healthy. And Wilson was pretty solid in some backup role for Detroit last year.
Armstead, that looks like a good spot.
Yeah, the 24th round. Yeah, that's pretty damn good spot.
You're on the clock. Does Geno Atkins get stats? I know he's good in real life.
He's not the worst, but there's only a few defensive tackles that I would take for IDP, and he is not one of the top ones I would be taking. Let's see here.
Oh, Chris he's at Michigan State, not Michigan.
Kari Willis?
No, I meant he just because I called upon his powers. He knows everything about the Patriots in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
So I was like,
So Kari was Michigan State?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I thought I said Michigan State.
I don't even know what you probably did. I don't know what you said. I just called upon his powers. That's all I know. I heard of Michigan, and so I said, Chris, let it help fact check, please. He's way better than Wikipedia.
The 24.3, you had Keanu Neal go. He is actually, he's a bounce back candidate for a lot of people. He has trouble staying healthy, but when he is healthy, he's a pretty solid defensive back.
He's one of those guys that hit it too hard. He tackles too hard. I know that's like a dumb thing, but it's like that's why he's getting hurt.
I think he's coming off was it a torn Achilles? Yeah, he had a torn Achilles last year. So that's always a questionable comeback. If Will Disley can do it, maybe Keanu Neal can do it.
Can Will Disley do it?
Well, I think they said he's looking pretty good in camp.
Yeah.
Tahir Whitehead went right after Neal, and Tahir Whitehead will probably be running, depending him or Shaq Thompson. But Whitehead will probably be the main guy in the middle for Carolina. Thompson does more of the cover. but I'm high on both Whitehead and Chuck Thompson for Carolina this year. Yeah, that guy's definitely on auto draft because he just picked C.J. Mosley.
What's wrong with that? Is he hurt?
C.J. Mosley opted out, man.
Oh, he did. Oh God. Oh God, the Jets, bro. All right, I think we add the Browns and the Jets to this.
First team.
How do you not? Did the Jets ever win a Super Bowl?
Not for a while, or if they have.
It was with that dude, Joe Namath.
Namath. You're right, Joe Namath.
Did they win a Super Bowl with Namath?
Let's Google that.
Bro, that's like the 60s or 70s. Not a Neapolitan colored beard. It's close. There are huge. Some people think I'm ginger. I'm not. But the beard is definitely like 11% ginger.
The Jets
some
won.
Gray hairs. Yeah, definitely Neapolitan.
Yeah, the Jets won the Super Bowl against the Baltimore Colts on January 12th, 1969. The score was 16-7.
Yeah, I think we gotta add them, bro. Joe Namath. I think we gotta. That's the 1968 year. I think Chris is saying. So because the Super Bowl's played 69, I think. Yeah, I think we gotta. I mean, look at the Jets wide receivers.
Oh yeah.
Like
I took Rashad Perriman just because he's probably going to be their only target other than Mims. So
I mean,
Crowder is good for PPR. But I mean, I don't know if he's going to be. I mean, he's not their WR1.
You know how this is what analysts say. He could be a league winner. You like that delivery? Watch this.
Could be.
Watch this. Jamison Crowder could not be a league winner. You like that?
Like that delivery.
Because he'll get you points, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to win you your league, though.
I mean, he'd be maybe a WR3 for me.
Yeah, but I think that's a 6th place finish. I think you finish in 6th place if you draft Crowder in round 8. You know, in a league like this, you know, that would definitely fall down to 10 or 11. But yeah, I mean, Perryman I like too. One of the big reasons I like Perryman at this type of area is because you can drop them. I love players you can drop. And when you drop them, you won't lose any sleep, and you'll be able to pick up a waiver gem. Now, I just saw some really good picks here. I like Steven Sims. Jalen Reagor, that's a great pick. He's going to miss 4 weeks. That's not a death sentence. That's only 2 games. Whatever, let's just say 3. People kind of overestimate like Debo's injury and whatnot. Like, it's like, as long as they're going to play before any bye weeks kick in for your team, that's a huge boost. It's a problem when players are injured when you have buys. And so I'm getting Debo, I'm getting Montgomery, I'm getting Reagor before any bye weeks kick in. Most leagues, especially this year, I'd say vast majority of leagues have an IR spot. Leagues that have an IR spot now are having more because of all this, the quarantine and whatnot going on. So, you draft it. You get a guy like Alshon. You get a guy like Reagor. You get a guy like Debo. You can put him in the IR spot. Perryman's hurt too, by the way.
That's why I grabbed Ayuk. You know, he's hurt, but I think he's got some pretty good upside in San Francisco.
He's not going to miss much time, I think.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
0 to 2 weeks, kind of like maybe Debo. I don't know. Yeah, he's not going to miss much time. There we go. Here's one. Bro, Antonio Gibson going to win people some leagues.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Now, he's an upside guy, though.
Later in the season, I think, is when we're going to see Gibson get some significant snaps. But I kind of like Bryce Love, too.
You know, I like Bryce Love more. Okay, look. In full PPR, I don't hate the pick. It's just, I mean, can he pick up blitzes? So, I mean, like, where are we going to see him, you know? I mean, yeah, he could be like a better Tariq Cohen. I think that's maybe more of how we'd see him. Just a like a more awesome version of Tariq Cohen, which is great. I mean, Tariq Cohen did have that 1 year where he went off.
Oh yeah,
so he can do it. We've seen it. You know, we've seen Theo Riddick 1 year. We've seen Chris Thompson 1 year. But that's the thing. It's only been 1 year for each of those guys.
Right.
And Tariq Cohen's pretty dang good returner. Like, he's really good in the open field. He's just super small. So, I don't know, man. I don't know with Antonio Gibson. If he falls late, I'd rather go Bryce Love, me personally. Because I like guys who can get snaps, who can have a certain position. And also, Bryce Love's going super later. And problem with Antonio Gibson is Antonio Gibson was going round 13, and then now that Darius Geis completely ruined his life and career and shamed everybody and pissed me off. Antonio Gibson's going round 7 now. Can you believe that? Round 13 to round 7.
That's a 6-round jump. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's too much. Like, it's way too much. Love will be the third string. Bro, Antonio Gibson can't pick up a blitz. He's not even a running back right now. We're talking about that hope that he learns how to pick up blitzes in week 7, and now he's just, crushing it from all angles. He's kind of like Austin Eckler last year. That's what you're hoping for. You're hoping for Austin Eckler type numbers. And that's the thing. It's I'm not hating on. I'm just saying, it's a long shot. It's tough, and you have to be patient. So now your team's going to have injuries. Your team's going to have busts. You're going to have bye weeks. Now Antonio Gibson still hasn't done anything. So now, it's tough. Now you're going to wait a couple more weeks. Maybe. That's why I'd rather take Bryce Love. That's just me, though. Because you can get Bryce Love round 17. You have to get Antonio Gibson round 7.
You still have that upside for Love too. He could end up being the running back in Washington.
Antonio Gibson has 33 career carries, says Royal.
I'm gonna go with a couple dart throws at my linebacker here, or I'm sorry, running back. A couple guys who I think could end up making some noise, but. Yeah, with Lamar Miller, he was good in Houston before he went down. He might, I think could end up being better than Sony Michel. Damian Harris is on a lot of people's mind though.
There's some weird person at my door, so. What the hell is going on? I'm live right now. I am live on YouTube. I think they're still at my door. I have to go. I have a lot of dogs. I could just let the dogs handle it. Get away.
You could.
Get away from me. You're doing an IDP? Freaking idiots. Leave me alone. Get out of my freaking shoe. Get out of here. God, I hate humans. I'm just gonna get 20 dogs, bro. I love dogs.
I prefer animals over humans most of the time too. I actually help rescue with cats and stuff like that.
Oh, cats. So. Yeah. We did I'm an honest guy. So I did they invite me to do all these NFL mock draft contests. On this past year, they offered me to do a ton of them. And I was like, whatever, I'll do it. And then somehow I ended up winning them. I usually only get 3 picks right in a year, sometimes 2. And I even predicted the Packers would take a quarterback in round 1. It didn't hit because they moved up, and all that. But I predicted that though. And so they're like, you won $100. I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. I was like, yeah, I love $100. Give it to me. And they're like, actually, for legal reasons, you have to donate it to charity. And I was like, can I be the charity? They're like, no, because I was like, all right, that's fine, whatever. So I donated it to it's a local one, basically rescue dogs for vets. So like they train pit bulls and stuff to help
Okay.
veterans, help them mentally and physically with the dogs. And I was like, I want to donate to one that I like, and so I did it to that, and so that was cool. Yeah, no, I love dogs. That's my dream. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just having a bunch of dogs. Big.
I would love to own a ranch and
exactly.
rescue animals, every type, man. I actually do. What I do is in my city where we live, cats are kind of we call them colonies of cats. There's just tons of them, and we do this thing. It's called TNR, which is trap, neuter, return. So you trap the cats, you get them fixed, you get them revolution to get rid of any potential diseases, and then you return them. And it just helps with the cat population in those areas, and other cats don't come moving in because those cats that are in that area don't want cats coming to their territory. So there's a lot of stuff, but yeah, that's what I do. Volunteer with Independent Cat Society in my area. I really like doing it.
The chat right now is deciding what's better, a cat or a dog.
Oh yeah,
dropping an emoji. I think I'm gonna win. I'm gonna beat you this time. I think I
like cats more than dogs, even though I do have a dog, but I prefer cats over dogs.
And that's fine. But you're gonna lose this one though. You're gonna lose the cat versus dog battle.
I mean, let's be honest, cats are kind of a-holes.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. One of my dogs, I love him. He's not that smart though. He's like average intelligence. He's not that smart.
My pups, he's a Beagle Basset Hound mix. So he looks like a beagle, but he's got the body shape of a Basset Hound. He's a cool little guy, though. He's a good dog.
This guy's a trip here. There's a Team 6. I know he's auto-drafted, but...
Oh God, he took geese.
Let me read. It's a quite good. Someone dropped a lot of cat emojis. Does that count? I think that ties it up.
Every emoji counts. No.
I think that's the only way you can win this. It's tied up. Come on, drop a dog emoji, guys. So look at this guy's last few picks. I think this is a very entertaining. Luke Kuechly, Darwin James, Rashad Penny, C.J. Mosley, Antoine Bethea. Wait, Antoine Bethea, is he in the league still?
He's in the league, but he has not been signed anywhere.
Oh, so that's like me.
Right, yeah.
Am I an NFL free agent?
I think he's on YouTube Live right now, actually.
What?
I'm rolling with the joke.
Dude, people really talk about. They're like, was it Michael Pittman or something? They're like, Michael Pittman and his girlfriend. Oh, they're so good. They're better YouTubers than you. I'm like, shut up. Leave me alone. Damian Williams, Darius Guice. Faye says, I got Mahomes, Derrick Henry, and D-Hop this year. Smiley emoji, and then dropped about 20 dog emojis. So,
put you back in the lead.
Yeah, it's done. It's over. Keep an eye on Preston Williams. He's going to late in drafts and looking like a stud. This is true. I doubted him because of the late ACL injury that he suffered last year, but he's looking good. You can get him super late. I don't even know how, but I think they got him returning either kicks or punts, not both. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I'm actually a pretty big fan of Preston Williams as well.
Was he undrafted rookie? I think so.
Yes, he was undrafted last year.
It's a cool story. Blew up in the preseason.
Yeah, he really took off. That is for sure. You see Carson Wentz got hurt today? Did I see that?
He's day-to-day.
Day-to-day? Okay.
That should... Carson day-to-day Wentz.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, the Carson questionable Wentz.
It's the truth.
Man, but with his two O-linemen getting hurt, like, I love his upside, but, I mean, how about if there's another Eagles injury? What's going to happen? Like, I don't know if they can overcome this. Just like last year, I thought Wentz played very well. Come here. I got a new dog. Come here. Cardi. Let me get her. She's kind of cocky. She's short and cocky. Come here. Come here. Don't be shy. Come here.
I just took one of the rookie linebackers I'm really high on, Willie Gay Jr. He's in a perfect spot for Kansas City because Kansas City linebackers are horrible, and Willie Gay Jr. is he was probably one of the better linebacker prospects, but he had some trouble in school, so that's why he fell in the draft a little bit. But he's probably now the best linebacker in Kansas City. So I like him. I think if you're in a dynasty or you're looking late in redraft, he's a good guy you could add for some depth. If not, he ends up having some pretty good upside.
You missed out on my shenanigans. I don't think you know. Because you can't see me.
Yeah, I can hear when you're talking, but I can't see you.
Yeah, so I picked up my dog, and she had her tongue out.
Oh, okay.
It was just fun. You'll see all the replay. Remember this. This happened right when you were picking Willie Gay Jr.
Okay. Yeah, I got my dog's up here looking at me now too. I'll scroll him over to everybody can take a look at my pup. But he's just a little guy.
Oh, look at the puppy. Her name is Cardi Blue. She's a blue tricolored.
Okay.
Bulldog. Someone's asking what's her name. Rookie.
My dog's.
Rookie.
Oh, your
Ravens linebacker should be good for fantasy. Did you say they have two rookies?
Yes,
they do. So Patrick Queen
and Malik Harrison.
This guy's talking about Patrick Queen, huh? Because he doesn't.
Okay.
I'm just assuming.
Yeah. But like Joey was, if you ever take a listen to Joey's show, the IDP update, he's Malik Harrison. There's a good chance he could lead the Ravens in tackles.
Who's gonna get the most IDP points though?
I think it's gonna be really close. I think like just naturally I want to say Queen, but I would not be surprised if Malik Harrison did.
Got you. Because if you get the other stuff's harder to predict. Is that what between those two? But the tackles are the ones that's.
See, I think Harrison is going to get more tackles, but it's the big plays that might put Patrick Queen over the edge.
Okay.
Malik Harrison, I mean, he was linebacker for Ohio State, so he's played against some elite competition. He's good. He's good.
Royal says Darrell Henderson. Darrell Williams, in round 28, another great pick. So we're projecting Brian Hill's Gurley's backup, and Darrell Williams will be Clyde's back. But, it's not, like I say, projecting. It may not be. And also, even if it is, it might be a platoon.
Gotcha.
If something were to happen to Clyde. Are you going to rate teams after? Let's ask Zach. Zach would have to rate them.
I could go through, and if anybody who wants a draft grade, send me a DM on Sleeper, and I will take a quick look at your team and give you the best draft grade possible that I feel, but it would be based more on my opinion.
So wait, so are you saying you're not going to do it on YouTube?
I could do it on. I don't know if I'd be able to do it tonight because I would get back to being dad after this draft.
He said no. You guys don't get any team grades. But for those of you in the draft, he will DM you a team grade. So at least that's a good compromise.
Yeah, I gotta get my little girl ready for bed with school back tomorrow. Once this draft is done, I do gotta hop off, unfortunately.
It's all good. We appreciate you, and I wanted you to give them team grades, but also I didn't want to really sit here through. What's 30 times 12?
142?
360.
360? Oh, so
I didn't want to sit through 360 names, especially if we had to. Well, Team 6 we would just go through really fast. We just give them an F- because that makes me feel good. We can go through if you have time. We can go through a couple teams now. What do you like? Any teams? Yeah, any picks? Just any type of post draft analysis you want to do right now, and then just sign off right after we're done.
There was. Let's go to the.
Chase Claypool. Oh, so sexy. Oh, that's the tooth took him. Joey took him. I love it.
I do like Christopher's team. Guy who's Smoes.
There's two Christophers. That's Christopher number 1, Team 12. Yeah.
Yeah, Team 12. Yeah, I like his team. He got Eric Armstead with some straight value in round 24. As I'm scrolling through, Team 11 also has some pretty good team. His defensive line depth isn't exactly where I would be happy with.
And that's a problem often in IDP because that's not one that's easy on the waivers, huh?
Right, exactly. I mean, at this point, most of the defensive line is going to be soaked up into the draft, but there's still some guys that are going to be left over. There's still some guys on the wire that I would want to draft, actually, like Shaq Lawson. He's going to be a starting defensive end in Miami, and he was pretty good for Buffalo. That's one guy. Stephon Tuitt is also another guy. He's in Pittsburgh. Also a defensive lineman who's got some pretty good upside. He was on fire to start the year last year, and then he got hurt. Let's see here. I'm team 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5,
Who's your backup quarterback?
My backup quarterback is Tyrod Taylor.
That's not good, but you double dipped into the
I took Herbert
Chargers,
as well.
So no matter what happens, no matter what curse, you'll be prepared with another one.
Yeah, I'll be cursed either way.
But you'll have someone to put in SuperFlex, and quarterbacks always get more points, even if they do suck.
I had some guys in my queue. Let's see. Yeah, Kyle Duggar is a rookie in New England. He wasn't looking at many snap counts when he got drafted, but then the entire Patriots defense decided to take off.
You see him getting some tackles then, huh?
Yeah, so he's actually taking reps at linebacker and safety.
Ooh, you gotta like that.
So yeah, he's poised for some nice IDP production this year.
Look at this hater analysis someone brought in. He said Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not going to get 35 touches a game. What kind of hater analysis is that? Who gets 35 touches a game? Nobody.
Yeah, that's not very common.
Who does that? Maybe back when the Jets won a Super Bowl, that was common. I don't know.
When the Jets won our Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. You just give them. We need one running back. See, one running back, 35 touches. See, that's how you win a game. And then Joe, what's his? Nate, what's his?
Joe Namath.
Yeah, but I'm mixing his name in my head with Nathan Peterman.
Oh wow.
Joe Namath Peterman. Yeah, it's like, oh, this quarterback came around and started slinging it.
Man, I can't believe we went through this in about a little over 2 hours.
That's fast, huh?
Yeah, man.
I have a guy on the inside, though. I told Chris, make this fast. Don't make it boring. This went by super fast because we always had... We were trying to... We're barely able to cover all these topics. Like, I had to let you draft a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh man, we had so many. Jameis, I love that pick there. SuperFlex. Is there a quarterback for
Um,
you?
Another quarterback?
Who's Russell? You should draft Geno Smith.
Why?
Cause bro, it's gonna be like they're gonna keep him separate in case Wilson gets on quarantine. They're gonna keep him in a separate hotel because he sucks so much.
I'd almost take Alex Smith over Geno
They're gonna
Smith.
put Wilson in a hotel and Geno Smith in a motel. Geno Smith's the backup in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, he sucks so bad.
I think I'm gonna take Scotty Miller.
That's a cool pick. I got him in a couple leagues, deep specialty leagues.
Yeah, I think he's got potential to be that slot guy in Tampa.
I think you should have
Yeah.
drafted another quarterback earlier. I think that would have, and that's what I always do in Superflex because I feel like you do have three, which is formidable, but two of them are not good and they're on the same team, so which is fine.
Yeah.
But that I'm just saying those two are kind of like one.
I mean, I could have taken Trubisky,
No, that doesn't count. I mean, round 30, you can argue that's not bad, but I really think like Jimmy Garoppolo is one of my targets in Superflex, and then Nick Foles as well. I think but you like Roquan and Jalen Smith a lot. You
Yeah,
got
I mean,
those
I
guys.
definitely could have grabbed a quarterback in a better position. I have no doubt about that. Um, then again, I always try to do things differently, and sometimes the draft gets away from you. So,
Also, I mean, if those two stay healthy, you'll be okay. But I'm this is how my approach in Superflex. I gotta start two quarterbacks every week because a quarterback gets you 5 more fantasy points than any other position you would start there.
right.
So I gotta start it, whether it be Jimmy G or Nick Foles or, the Chargers starting quarterback or the Dolphins starting quarterback. I gotta start me a quarterback at flex, and if all goes well for you, well, even if all doesn't go well, you do have both Chargers. So you'll need to find a replacement during the buys. So you got yourself covered a little bit. Looking through, there might be teams with only 2 quarterbacks, which is really, really bad.
If anything, I can make a trade. I got some guys I can sacrifice.
But you have to trade with humans, and sometimes humans aren't easy to trade with. But these guys, this is a good group of guys, probably though. So you at
Well, here's
least
the
be able
thing
to
too: is
communicate.
I got some depth on my defensive side of the ball where I could sacrifice a couple of these guys for a good offensive quarterback if I need to.
Somebody would trade defensive player for a quarterback.
I mean, if I'm talking top end defensive end,
Ah,
like
you get okay. I got
yeah,
you.
if
One of your
I could move
studs. Yeah,
Daniil Hunter if I wanted to for a quarterback or something.
yeah, I got you.
Look at that, finished up. Hey, somebody must have heard me talking about Shaq Lawson.
That's a good pick, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Jerry Hughes was a good pick too. Um, Xavier McKinney was a good grab that at that point because with his injury, but there's a chance he'll be bouncing back. Darnell Savage, he's a sleeper candidate for me. I think he has a chance to break out. I would like that with the Team 12. But yeah, overall, I like with Joey. Joey had a really good team. I'm not going to give Joey any credit. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I liked. Even though some of his offensive plays I didn't agree with, he still had a great strategy, and he got 3 quarterbacks early. I like that, and he got Myles Garrett, and he's got a sound team for sure.
But I do gotta hop out of here, man. Thank you for having me. I really
One last
appreciate
thing
it.
before you take off, they're arguing about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Your thoughts?
Uh, my thoughts on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. My argument always is: does anybody remember Kareem Hunt in Kansas City? I know they're different. Hunt's probably a little bit faster than Clyde than CEH.
Clyde's better than Kareem. That's
But
yeah.
yeah,
Better
Clyde's
running
a
back.
very good running back,
Yeah.
and he's really good pass catcher.
He's
He's really
smart
good
too.
between the tackles. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire could easily end up being a top 5 RB this year.
There you have it, folks. Argument settled. Thank you so much, Zach, for hopping on. Zach, he's on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle?
At ZMagsIDP.
At ZMagsIDP. Also follow IDP Guys on Twitter. We'll be collabing in the near future. If you got to hop off, go ahead, man, and then I'll do the outro.
All right, man. You guys have a good one. Thank you again.
All right, thanks, bro. Take care.
Later.
All right, that was it for him. Yeah, so here's the final draft board. You can take my head off of here. I'll just go through it really slowly so that you guys can scroll through if you need be. You can replay it. Yeah, right here. It was a cool draft. We had an auto drafter. I think about halfway through. Let me just go through really slowly. And man, that went really smooth. It started off rough, of course, with the stream, but that went really fast, really smooth. Really proud how well that went overall, and glad we can get Zach on the chat finally. Let me just go through this really slowly. There we go. There's the team. So it's very interesting. I'm going to have to play IDP next year, I think. Just want to show you guys the entire draft board. There we go. Yeah, guys. So yeah, with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, check out my video. It's called 2020 Fantasy Football Rankings. I go through a little bit more in depth about Clyde Edwards-Helaire if you guys want to know what my take is. But in short, I go through and say, whenever there is a Andy Reid running back getting more than 60% of the snaps, he always balls out. Always. And so that's Brian Westbrook. That's LaShawn McCoy. That's Kareem Hunt. That's Jamal Charles. And even who everyone left for dead, basically, a nobody, after his career in Miami, Damian Williams. So whoever Andy Reid's RB1 is, always balls out. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you can have your opinions on him as a runner. He's pretty good. He can catch. Also, I think they went way out their way to draft him because he's a great human. I think the Chiefs drafted him because they know he's not going to mess up like Kareem Hunt. He's going to be a guy they can trust. He's going to be a great teammate. He's just going to be a good person. He's a very smart football player. And that's what essentially pushed him. Like, look, this is the perfect fit. He's a really good running back. He can catch. On top of that, he's the future. Him and Mahomes could play together for 4 years, 5 years, maybe 10 years. That's why they reached a few more picks to get a guy like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's top 5 for me in full PPR. Top 6 probably in non-PPR. I'm giving Derrick Henry the nod in non-PPR. But I just wanted to clear that up and make sure to check out my video, 2020 Fantasy Football Rankings, for more in-depth analysis on Clyde Edwards-Helaire and who my top running backs are. But I saw you guys arguing about that for days in the live chat. So I wanted to do that. Ted, I don't even know if you listened to me, man, but Zeke did it, Saquon did it. Yeah, but I wasn't dying to draft a rookie in round 1 really ever. Except with Saquon, and that worked out, and with Zeke, so that worked out. And I drafted Saquon Barkley number 1 overall in our Dynasty startup a couple years ago, and that worked out. You don't get situations like this often. So Yeah, Couch, should I start DJ or Gurley? Probably Gurley. I don't know who the Falcons play, but I know the Cardinals. I mean I don't know. Actually, I don't know. That one's a tough one. I haven't even done any start and sit questions. So David Johnson faces the Chiefs. Might want to start him. I want to start David Johnson. I don't even know who the Falcons play. Falcons schedule. Falcons play the Seahawks. I think you should start David Johnson. So, yeah, guys, that about does it. Make sure you guys are subscribed to both YouTube channels. Hit this with a thumbs up. Also, September 2nd, Sunday was just no, not September 2nd is not a Sunday. September 2nd, 9 p.m. I'm going live on YouTube. If you want in on the 12-team fan league, I'm giving away 11 spots. All you got to do is subscribe to both my YouTube channels, Fantasy Couch and Fantasy Couch Podcast. Follow instructions. Have your $50 ready via Venmo or PayPal. September 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern, baby. See you on the live stream. Hit this with a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and I'll catch you on the next video / live stream. I got a good one coming up. Be prepared. It's coming up soon.